and G, like the thunder would strike and just blow my speakers out.
Oh, that's so good though. Oh, you gotta love it, man.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at streaming, so...
Oh, speaking of terrible at streaming, we're live. Hell yeah.
Yo, we went live? I thought, like,
Yeah.
the stream's gonna break because it's PJ.
They did it. The quick swap over. They're pros.
Wow.
Alright, hey everybody. Is Joe still inside? We'll find out. You...
It's like a movie that starts with, like, you know, the end and then it goes to the flashback.
Yeah, start with the credits.
This is what happens, dude.
Let's just get it out of the way so you can focus on the run. Alright, hey everybody, I'm PJ. I'm joined by the one and only Metroid McFly. He's going to be helping out with commentary.
Hello.
Hello.
Just hello.
Yeah, so we'll begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so you may notice that I'm playing 100%, which kind of breaks the rules of the Best of NES Marathon. I think this is the only 100% run in the event. But that's just because any percent is an objectively terrible category.
Yeah, well, I believe you like it because it's more consistent, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. The 80% route has this truck skip that it's just hit or miss. It's beyond your control completely. So I know PJ prefers this category quite a bit. But it's actually really cool for you guys because you get to see a lot more of the game. So
yeah.
That's all. But yeah, this game is pretty well known for its difficulty. Damn, that... No!
Really well done.
Speaking of difficulty, though you do get, like, very good control of Spencer in this game, you do have to be pretty precise. So in a lot of these cases, if PJ makes any small mistake, there's a good chance that he could die from that.
Dude, like, I can't... They're despawned. They're desynced. Like, I despawned all of the wrong bullets there. It's supposed to... You're supposed to despawn the top dude's bullets?
PJ.
What's that?
I mean, this is it, man.
It's the same thing. Alright, we're just gonna restart, because there's some bad karma built up here. Alright, here we go. Keep the timer rolling.
Right. This is it. Dude, what is beeping on Discord? That's probably my Discord.
Yeah, I think that's yours. Mine is muted.
Whoever's talking right now needs to stop. Because I don't know how to stop this from... I gotta have Discord sound going so you guys hear chat. Or I can hear chat. Oh, well. Anyway, point is, like I was saying, basically with this game, even though you do get really good control of Spencer, you have very tight execution windows in a lot of these cases, and so it is not really that surprising to see a lot of deaths happen in this game. What the fuck is that? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, if you go into, like, streamer mode or something, it should disable all of those sounds.
Like, what the hell, dude? Jesus Christ, like, I have not been getting like all day long, but apparently I think somebody's trolling me, to be honest.
Nice. That's good. Alright, so in 100% you start with Area 1, which is a really hard stage to play without any health. In this game you start with 0 health.
There we go, that should be better.
So you can't survive a single hit. If you get touched by anything, you're dead. And Area 1's really rough because the spawns are based on camera and on stage timer. Or at least the second screen is. The first screen rely on a bunch of bullet despawns at the end, but for some reason the enemies were shooting... they were desynced in such a way that the bullets were not being despawned at all.
Yeah, in Area 1, I actually think can be pretty tricky. Not necessarily that exact spot you were having trouble with, but I mean, it can go bad pretty easily. Yeah.
I think this didn't collect. It did. Okay.
Did you mention that 100% in this game basically means fill your inventory and not go to every stage?
I did not. I did not mention that.
Well, everybody that's watching, that is what it means. So yeah, he's not necessarily gonna have to go to every stage. I think he skipped like 19 and maybe one of them. I don't remember, but yeah, basically 100% in this game means that he needs to fill his inventory. So there's even like a wrong word for the stages and everything, and all of that is fair game as long as he collects every item that he needs. So, I mean, this level is actually pretty cool. You can see it's kind of dark. You're supposed to use a flare here, but you don't need to. Like, you can still see, especially on PJ's, like, really nice capture. This is good quality. You don't really need it, you know?
Yeah, you can see, like, the complete outline of all the platforms.
Yeah, I don't really know. They should have made it a little darker, but that's fine.
Yeah, the only thing you can't see are the enemies. The enemies are complete shadows. But you can see them, like, passing over the background, because you can see where the shadow crosses. And the flares, we do have the flares. We just got them in Area 13. But, again, like, I can see perfectly fine there. I can see all the platforms I need to grapple, so there's no real reason to use it.
Man, that poor guy that was dancing around on the bottom.
Yeah.
He was, like, really hoping that you would go near him.
If you think you're gonna get any weapons, you've come to the wrong place. And then he just walks back and forth down there.
Like, well, he's got the high ground, so I'll just stay over here. Yeah, one of the things that's really cool in this game that you actually saw PJ do a couple times there, I forgot to point out, was you can actually, like, for ceilings in this game, and it's really, really neat. You'll see it again in Area 3, so I can bring it up again. This stage is actually rather difficult. I think this is one of the hardest to be consistent with in the whole game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically what PJ's trying to do is just climb straight up to the top, and you can get like really fast grapples in this game where you'll kind of like reel in instantly. I don't know if he's even gotten one of those yet this time, but
yeah, I think I got one earlier.
This part right here is pretty tricky. Those little backwards hops are really nice, man. Like those, are those frame perfect or is it? I don't know.
Yeah, the back hops and the quick pulls are both frame perfect.
Yeah, so what he's doing is basically like you can do this frame perfect to hop backwards instead of going forward with your momentum, and so it can lead to some really, really sick shortcuts. And that's really one of the things that makes this run pretty difficult when you're trying to go for a really good time, is trying to hit those in the right places and not accidentally hitting them when you don't want to.
Yeah,
That's what always happens.
The best feeling is like, oh, it's so good. When you're going for like just a basic climb and you get a back hop and you fall completely off the tower, and it like propels you far enough backwards that you can't grapple anything. You just free fall all the way down the mountain.
Yeah, I swear, like you can get it all the time when you don't want it. It's just one of those things. But...
yeah, so like Bionic Commando's, it's really well known for being a platformer that doesn't have a jump button. But we kind of cheat that by canceling these grapples shortly after we start a swing. And that gives us a little bit of a hop.
One of the really cool things you can do is, like when I played this game as a kid a lot, I was just like moving around, just doing the swings. But then when you realize that you can actually like momentum and drop where you want to, it like gives you so much more movement options, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was going to mention that we do have the rocket launcher now. That's for beating stage 5. And he's pretty much going to be using that the entire time to clean up the game. Except for, I assume in 7 you're probably going to switch to the 3-way shot.
Yeah, 7 will use 3-way.
But yeah, the rocket launcher is just extremely overpowered in this game. Since you get infinite ammo with the weapon, there's just no reason not to use it. It shoots full screen and kills everything in one hit, except for the bosses.
Shoots full screen, pierces, kills everything in one hit, and doesn't have any kind of recoil or friendly damage or anything.
Like I don't know exactly what they were thinking with it. They're just like, yeah, looks good. There's just really no other reason to use other weapons. Because if you know how to use your arm well enough, I mean, you can manage to hit enemies with you and everything. That was a really clip to the ceiling, the one I was talking about earlier. Saves some good time there. I always love this stage when you fall through this really quickly.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool stage. Area 3 is one of my favorite. It's not a terribly hard stage, but it's really fun to play.
Oh, and the music, too. So it's a rehash. He lost 3 times, and yeah, when you have the rockets, he just dies.
Yeah, there's some mechanic that I still haven't quite figured out, where sometimes the boss doesn't take damage from the rocket launcher.
Oh, dude, I've noticed that too, where it takes like 4 or 5 shots.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what... Yeah, I was hoping you would know, actually.
No, I made a save state and I found the RAM address for boss health, and then I just never looked into it.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
Yeah. Yep, you're welcome.
Yeah. That little thread at the start is something that I've only ever seen PJ do. I don't know how the hell he does it. It's something I've tried to do because I want to do it, and it's an anomaly. I don't get it. But it does save you like a few seconds at the beginning here.
Oh fuck! I accidentally got the wrong warp. I have to die.
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Damn. I thought usually if you accidentally do the wrong warp that it actually sends you somewhere. That's interesting. That...
Yeah, it sends you to wherever that door sends you to. So even though I didn't actually screen transition, the game internally sent me back to the previous screen. And there's no way to undo that besides going through another door or dying. So like when I died, I ended up in the previous screen because the game thought that's where I was. What happened there is that I accidentally pushed up right to start my swing instead of just right, and I happened to push up right on the frame that my grapple connected.
Yeah,
so I'm going to be using it in the next stage. I may as well talk about it now.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't enter a doorway while your grapple is connected to something, but if you press up, if you enter a doorway on the same frame that your grapple connects, then the game sends you internally to that screen, but it doesn't actually send your character there. So that also lets you kind of cheat the system and enter doors from a different screen.
Yeah,
it's a little bit complicated to...
Like when it happens on accident, I've had sometimes where it warps me back to Area 1.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh, great. I guess I wanted to start to run over again.
Yeah, because you entered a door that didn't exist on the screen that it thought you were in. It's it's great.
Love to break games, man.
Alright, so Area 8. This is probably my favorite stage, actually. Area 8's really cool, but unfortunately we skip all of it. So, this doorway on the left here takes us to an elevator shaft. And you normally have to go to 2 communicator rooms to open it up. But instead we did the wrong warp. So the game thought that we were in the elevator room, and then we entered the door on the right there. And that's door number 2. And it just so happens that door number 2 in the elevator room is the boss door. So the game thinks that we're in the elevator room, and it thinks we entered door number 2 in the elevator room, even though we weren't there. And it lets us go through a locked door and fight the boss.
Yeah, I think it only took you like 5 or 6 tries to get it too, so not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
You can definitely get stuck trying to do that for a while. I mean, at least I do. You probably get it pretty quickly.
Oh no, I mess that up all the time. And the worst is when you miss early, because you end up actually going through the door.
This one, I actually think this is the hardest stage. Maybe not the hardest, but one of the hardest for sure on actually playing consistently well. You see PJ trying to do that backwards hop there to basically hop up enough to where he can shoot that guy and then keep moving really quickly, which is a pretty advanced strat. There's much safer ways to do that.
Yeah, it's unwise, but I don't remember what my other strats were. So we're just going with all of the record strats.
You had a nice cancel on those guys there, though. If you like climb up to the platform and there's enemies there instead of like run into them and you don't get knocked back or anything. So definitely want to take advantage of that when you can.
Yeah, it skips the climbing up animation. It's pretty nice. Damage boosts can be really good in this game.
How much health do you have right now, by the way? I forget what the hundo route gives you at this point.
Looks like
2 or 3.
Looks like 4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you get some serious health.
Wow, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, 4 seems like a lot at this point.
I was going to talk about just quickly the what he's doing here. Like when you go down to 17, they go back up to 9. What he's doing is basically moving on the map so that the trucks move around, because the trucks move whenever you move. PJ has a very specific route that he created for not hitting any trucks in this whole run. So by going down to 17 and then going back up, he just kind of manipulates it his own way. Didn't you tell me that if you like poke this guy a bunch of times, that he talks to you anyway or something like that?
Or yeah, so in the Famicom version, so that's supposed to be a torture scene. You're interrogating that guy. And in the Famicom version, and for those of you who played Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, that's modeled after the Famicom version of this game. Instead of just swinging over next to him and talking to him, and having him spill the beans, you have to actually poke him with the claw. And you poke him once and he's like, I'm not telling you anything. And then you poke him 10 times and he's like, alright, I'll give you whatever you need to know. And if you poke him 255 times, he says, "Wow, you're a genius. Here's all the weapons," and he unlocks all of the weapons in the game for you.
Oh, man, I still think it would be hilarious for somebody to do a run that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, next year I want to do. I want to get back into the Famicom version of this and do some runs of that, because 100% of the Famicom version would not play Area 4 or Area 9, and it would just torture that dude to get all the weapons.
Just poking him forever. I would love it. Like,
yeah, it's like 55 seconds of poking him.
55 seconds? Well, you timed it.
Yeah, because I was wondering if it would be faster to torture that guy instead of just playing Area 9, because you get the three-way.
Yeah,
like,
well, it'd be more consistent. Like, yeah. Because 9 is pretty difficult, I think, to play.
Yeah, 9's,
so, I mean,
9's a tough stage.
Definitely a solid strat. So, what PJ's doing now is basically doing some cleanup. You went in the wrong door there.
Yeah, well, it was the same issue I made in Area 6, where I tried to push right and I got upright.
Yeah.
So I entered the doorway.
But yeah, like I was saying earlier, he has a very specific route that he's doing. So he skipped some of these levels earlier just to, make the route work, not run into trucks and whatever. So basically, he's going through now to pick those up while he's going past, and then we'll have all those now. So, yeah, I think we just have this extra
yeah, we have this gun here, and then we have the other 4 action stages, and we're good.
Yeah, so after he picks up the machine gun here, that's it for neutral zones. The rest of the items in the game he'll get from beating the levels he's going to.
Yeah. Yeah, in the neutral zones, I fire my gun because it despawns the NPCs, and a lot of the NPCs are really talkative, so if your sprite touches them at all, they'll initiate conversation. But conversation is really slow. So we just fire our gun, trigger hostility, and everybody leaves, and then we can just swing through. But we don't want to trigger hostility there. First of all, because everybody in that town is named Destroyer. So that would be a bad play, probably.
Yeah.
But also because we have to talk to Destroyer 3 to get the machine gun.
So there's going to be a really cool strat you're going to see this stage. So this is the one level that PJ's using the 3-way shot for instead of the rocket launcher. After you get the rocket launcher, you usually use it for everything. But there's actually a really cool strat. I don't know if you came up with this. I don't know if it was you, PJ.
Yeah, this was me.
Found a really cool place to sit on the ceiling and hit the boss. And if you do this first part right, this dude actually won't grab you at all. Rotor, he usually likes to squeeze your behind, I guess, while you're hanging there. But if you do this right, he actually won't.
No, you have to get grabs the first time, and that sets up his AI to not grab you again on any of the pauses there. Because otherwise, if you just go across the top, he'll pull you right off the ceiling. But if he pulls you there and you position yourself right, he just runs around and goes, "Hey, you better get down here, mister." And that's it.
So you better stop. I'm telling you, on my count of 3. Yeah, so it's really cool because the original strat, like what Fiesel was doing and stuff, was using the 3-way shot to take out that barrier at the beginning of the stage, because you have to use it for that, and then actually exit out of the stage, switch to the rocket launcher, and then come back. And I think it saves 7 seconds, maybe?
It's either 4 or 6, I don't remember.
Oh, is it that? Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a nice little save, and as PJ just showed here, you can get consistent enough with it, so it's worth going for.
Yeah.
But for beginner players and stuff, I think using the rocket launchers here is just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. If you miss the manipulation on that boss, you end up losing the time that you're saving. So you would have been better off switching to rocket launcher.
So this stage, I actually can't hear game audio, so PJ, you're on your own. Sorry, man. But I'll try to explain what's going on here, I guess. So PJ's going to have he usually has a specific route he wants to go through here, like any other stage. But the thing that's unique about this stage is that there's a platform that you can catch over the spikes that, if your timing is correct, you'll actually know exactly where it's going to be. Mistakes you make here, you're going to have to kind of adjust to that a little bit. I know PJ likes to use audio cues here as well, so that he knows where he's at.
I think we're late, but I'm going to see. Yeah, just a little bit late. Here. So
he's going to miss the platform, take the damage on the spike. Very well done. That's a nice save.
Yeah,
ideally,
this is
if you can land on that platform, you'll take the damage boost and try to grab on the ceiling, but it probably doesn't lose that much time, hardly.
Yeah, I think getting the ceiling grab is worth 2 seconds. But you can do the spike damage boost and grab the ceiling afterwards, but it's really risky. Because if you grab too high, then you fall straight down and die. But Area 10's a really cool stage to work on because there's like 7 or 8 different backup strats that I have, depending on what my pace is like throughout the level.
Yeah, and it's a really cool stage anyway, just because the way that you get to like dodge the lasers at the beginning, you get to clip through the walls where the slimes are coming out. Like it's a very technical stage.
Yeah, it's great.
Timing is really important. This is another stage that I think is easy to mess up, but it should be so easy.
Yeah, it really should be.
So this one is like, yeah, there's this flame pit towards the end. I mean, PJ is doing a good job just swinging through this part pretty well. But yeah, these swings coming up right actually over here. That if you miss one of these, you're pretty much screwed. Fortunately, he did not miss any.
We're through.
Whoa, that one was a little.
Nah, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay. But oh well, so we made it in.
Nothing to see here.
By the way, shout out to Ruffer to get 20 subs to Best in NES, man. My man.
Yo,
For the
thanks.
support, dude. So we're coming up on Area 12, guys, which is, I mean, let's be real, it's probably the best overall stage in the game. I mean, it's the most well-known, right? I mean, it's got the good stuff.
Area 12 is awesome, yeah.
There's some really cool barrier skips that PJ's going to do here instead of walking around to take out these cores that, take out the barriers. He actually gets to just skip right through them with a damage boost. That one right there is the first one, nice. And then the second one, he's got to take damage off of a shot from this guy on the right here. If he times it right, he'll be able to take the damage from that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Right, nice, dude. That was really sick. Fast elevator drop as well, too. The elevator skips are pretty hard, too. They might look kind of easy because PJ got them. I think you only missed like one at the first one or something. Those are pretty tricky to get. There's small execution windows for everything in that stage, and it just looks super free. But that saves a lot of time in 12. A lot of time.
Yeah, like I think both barrier skips.
Is it?
Yeah, I think getting both barrier skips saves around 70 seconds compared to a really good electric floor room. And the electric floor room is probably the hardest screen in the entire game. So, yeah, it's more consistent and it saves a lot of time.
Yeah, and it looks like a badass.
Right, yeah.
Those are all good things. So here we have Master DB Style, as I like to call him. I mean, that's obviously his name, but you guys can probably figure out what this guy's supposed to be. We gotta see what kind of cycle PJ kills the albatross on here.
Easy every time.
Dude. Easy, 0 cycle kill. It's called the 0 cycle because the albatross doesn't even get any chance to move off the screen like he usually does. He just gets melted instantly.
Yeah, the quick kill on him was previously called the 1 cycle back in like 2012, before I started running this. And that kill kills him 1 cycle earlier than the 1 cycle. So instead of just changing the nomenclature of that trick, I just called it the 0.
The shot there too, nice. That one is like, oh, that one's scarier than it needs to be.
Yeah, I missed it in a practice run today.
Well, fortunately we got it here, and now it's all come up as the escape, which you get to see Rotor one more time. He likes to try to grab at you.
Yeah.
But pretty easy to get around him too. Even if you were to mess this up, you've got what, like 5 blocks of health. So
yeah, I'm gonna damage boost it.
There's any scenario where you actually like fail here.
No.
You guys know I'm a fan of games with escape sequences and bosses that don't move, so this is really nice. Time ends when...
Time ends right here. Alright, so... I know the time on stream isn't quite accurate because I did that surprise reset. My local time is at 21:45 on this.
Wait, is that with the restart at the beginning?
No. The restart, I restarted it, yeah. If that was with the restart, that was a minute, a record by a minute. But yeah, that was a minute off my record, but considering everything that went wrong, including accidental wrong warp and a suicide, I'll absolutely take it.
Yeah. No, that was really, really nice, man. I mean, you make the game look so easy. This game has, yeah, really high execution. The best thing about it, like with this category that you like to play 100%, it's like, as long as your execution is there, you can do it, right? Like, I mean, it's like there's not any like random stuff that's going to destroy the run. And I think that's what makes it so nice for running marathons like this.
Right, yeah, and you get the health refill pills, so you have a lot of health to take. It's pretty forgiving.
As long as you don't wrong warp, you don't
as long as you don't wrong warp backwards in a stage. But yeah, this game's seen a lot of action this year. McFly, Costin, Apocalyptus, the one that found the barrier skips, and a handful of other runners have picked it up this year. And as a result, the record has dropped like a minute and a half in each category. So it's a pretty bump in time to pick up Bionic Commando. If anybody's interested in running this, feel free to reach out and I'll do my best to help.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same thing. That's to everybody that's been putting in the work. If you are interested, I mean, I'm not PJ, but I'd be happy to help any way I can too. I think maybe there's some tutorial stuff on speedrun.com as well, so that can probably help out. But it's a great game. You'll love it. So,
yeah,
around PJ was sick. But, yeah.
Yeah,
So
GG's. GG's.
G.
Alright, well, feel free to stick around. Up next, we've got Zallard with some Punchy Guy, and then the one and only Metroid McFly with his own shooty guy. Shooty girl, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good runs coming up. Stay tuned.
All right.